Senator Cory Booker is going to join us here later in the show. Brooker, as Chris Cody called him yesterday.
Damn it.
But we let you slide on it. We didn't dine on you for an error of speech.
Dan, may I give you a recommendation? This guy can talk. I've seen clips. Do not give him a runway.
Okay, so we've got to make. Let's do this correctly because he did speak for 25 straight hours filibustering on the floor, and I don't want him to just take over our show and mop us all over the place because we can't shut him up. But his New York sports stink. And I want to make fun of him for that because it's a misery right now. The Yankees and Aaron Judge are saving grace on a miserable New York weekend.
If you think New York is bad now, wait till this mayoral race.
And when the military take over New York, too.
Well, that's in their hands.
Okay, thank you for nothing. Jessica's going to join us in a second, but before we do that, let's do the useless sound montage. I've just been given, it's freshly baked. Billy just ran it in off the presses. Billy, did you handle the editing on this?
Yes.
All right, how we doing?
Sorry it took so long, guys. I blame Eddie.
I am 100% showing up. We thought that we, were prepared for this, and clearly we weren't.
Definitely a lot of things happened.
When you talk about game of inches, it's a game of inches.
We can feel it. We know what it looks like. We know what it feels like, and so now we got to keep getting better. This is what an NFL season's about. You got to keep getting better, and more opportunities will come ahead of us.
Look at it, the stats, the numbers don't lie.
Listen, I'm not throwing any one of these guys out. The only thing that we can do is go back to work.
Yeah, I think we lost the game today. Our sense of urgency and our connectedness is always there. It obviously needs to increase because time's ticking.
We believe we're going to be much better than this.
We are a much better team than letting a 17-0 lead eviscerate.
We got to figure this out, and we got to figure this out now. This feeling sucks. It's not a good feeling.
We're doing everything we can do to, find solutions, not assign blame.
Honestly, kind of zoned out. I was just trying to drink Gatorade.
There's blood in the water, man. Our guys are starting to feel it, man. They want to be the next guy who gets the punch out of the strip or the interception, and we're hunting. If the ball's in the air, we're going after it.
Our goal this entire week, and it's cliche and coach speak and all that, but it's how you have to work when you're in these situations, is you're just trying to go 1-0.
We were saving that blitz for a rainy day, and we brought it out.
Just guys executing, doing all the little things right.
Hard to win when you turn the ball over 5 times and it was 5 consecutive drives.
It was nice to look around and see everybody dancing and turning up.
We got to capitalize, and when we don't, it's the NFL.
We feel like there's diminishing returns every week. Man, it's just a little...
Never about one play. Never about one phase. All of us collectively have to do a better job. I think we're already a tight group, but we got to get tighter as a group, and guys have got to lock in.
I just thought it was a dogfight, and we were in the ring. And
can't point anywhere but directly at preparation and how we execute stuff.
Not a winning formula right there.
We needed that last drive because the defense was tired, because we were really to start the second half on offense, and that's my fault.
All the 49ers fans here in the stadium on a road game here in Los Angeles.
Yeah, they are here.
You can outstat them to death, but it doesn't matter. It's the score that matters.
You never know which play is going to make a difference in a game through all 4 quarters.
Oh, feels good, man. Feels good to get that first win.
When Kyle talked to me before the game, I was like, it's time to go. So
the mentality has to be, man, more TV time for us on defense.
But we don't necessarily want to do that. We'd like to have 90-yard touchdowns.
But until we do a better job, we're going to keep losing.
See how we can do next week. We'll start all over again.
Once again, the best thing we did, we played complimentary football.
In the end, it was complimentary football that won us the game.
Just not enough complimentary football.
He's just one of them guys. He has the entire makeup and the entire package.
Got to watch the film, and the film will tell the truth.
These guys love playing football together. They believe in one another. We expect to play well. We don't always.
Kyle came up to me, and he was pissed about it. So he was pissed about it. I was like, yeah, I'm pissed too. He's like, dude, I can't believe they moved us underdogs again or whatever more. And I'm like, I don't know what that means really, but yeah, let's go kill him, I get my days messed up because we had a short week, but whatever our Wednesday was.
What a magical batch of useless, Billy.
Mac Jones.
I mean, Mac Jones is a new star with his giggle, his laugh. Mike, why did you whisper to me that you're a big fan of complimentary football?
I love complimentary football so much. It makes sense. Forget all 3 phases. I love all 3 phases too. Yeah. But complementary football is like, I know it's a cliche, but you have an offense that complements the defense. You keep the defense fresh. That's how you get Ruben Bain playing 77 snaps. I mean, complementary football is the best.
I want to talk to Jessica about Miami. I do want to talk about Mike McDaniel saying eviscerates a 17-0 lead. That must bother Greg Cody as someone who just values words, right? Your coach has to get the words right in the press conference.
I think so, yeah. Eviscerate to me sounds like you're disemboweling something.
But evaporate is what he meant, right?
I think so.
Did it bother you or no? Like, he can't make a mistake like that. He can't make these little mistakes anymore, right? We're not finding him cute anymore.
Well, he's not cute, and he's stammering. He's stumbling. His presentation has not been good. I don't know what's going on, but I think he's really feeling the weight right now.
All right, let's get to Jess here. Mike, before we get started here, you had very strong Arch Manning opinions before the show.
Yeah, I actually want to run this by Jess. So, Jess, I'm buying all the Arch Manning stock. I heard a stat that against Florida and Ohio State, he's been pressured on about 38 of 75 dropbacks, and I know that he missed some throws primarily because of the pressure that Florida's amazing defensive line applied, but he also made incredible throws. He evaded pressure in ways that certainly do not match that surname, and I think we've come out on the other side here that maybe he's a little underrated at the moment, and because of all the fanfare and hoopla that he got with the Heisman hype at the start of the season, people are incorrectly placing the blame on his shoulders. It's that offensive line. It's the fact that they're the Texas Longhorns with unlimited resources, and they're not top 50 in the nation in rushing. This goes well beyond Arch Manning. He's probably the least of their issues.
Well, I do think if he were really great, he would probably look better than he's looked. But yes, I agree with your point. He's not the only problem with Texas's offense. I think the things you pointed out are definitely true, Mike. But the problem is that he hasn't even looked amazing against like the bad defenses they've played. This was the test, right? The Florida defense was ranked, I think, top 25 before the season started in like defensive FEI. And so after the Ohio State game, I was like, okay, well, let's see how he does in these next 3 games, because they're playing some truly like bottom tier defenses. And like the offense still wasn't good, and he still wasn't amazing. He wasn't showing this kind of thing you would expect from someone who is as old as he is now. I think like one thing, Mike, that no one's really wants to admit is that he's not a freshman. He's not even a redshirt freshman. Like he played a couple games last year. He's been around the program long enough that like you kind of do expect better. And I agree, like the expectations were absurd, and that comes with the territory of the last name. But he's still like, even if you take the expectations away, just being a quarterback at Texas, it's not good enough. Like he's not playing well enough right now.
Greg, you had some Belichick opinions. The Hulu series got canceled. I guess this isn't surprising, right? Both documentary projects that Belichick was going to do have collapsed for different reasons. I think one can assume reasonably that the team is so bad that they wouldn't want any of this publicized. Get inside this, it would require disinfectant. That's how everyone's receiving this, I would imagine. No?
Yeah, I think so. But Belichick involves himself so much in pettiness, and I don't want to blame his girlfriend, her influence, but the latest example is The latest example is Belichick did not want UNC to air a video in praise of alum Drake May because he's doing so well with the Patriots. Belichick did not want that, and that just strikes me. He's got so much on his plate right now, including a really bad team. Why are you involving yourself in ancillary stuff like that because you still have a feud with Robert Kraft? It seems ridiculous.
Well, it's not even the only time that his Patriots feud has appeared this season, Greg. He confirmed earlier this year that Patriot scouts weren't allowed at North Carolina because he's not allowed in Foxborough. So the pettiness, I mean, it runs very deep. And Dan, the thing about the Hulu docuseries, from what I'm guessing is that the Hard Knocks series was scrapped because Hulu, this production company, came in and was like, we'll give you more money or whatever it was. So there must have been some sort of like bidding war. I'm purely speculating.
Well,
here.
hold on a second. Let me wait.
Won.
Hold on.
It's not important enough to play the
throw
sounder,
away all
truly.
journalistic credibility and get reckless. Here is something we like to call reckless speculation.
You're good. Who's kicking dogs?
What does that mean?
Jonathan Gannon in the previous. I recklessly
KD.
speculated. Big dog kicker energy.
Oh, that's terrible. I don't know. I'm assuming, Dan, that the HBO thing didn't get scrapped for reasons other than like a lot of companies probably wanted to film this historic UNC season. The problem is it's historic for all the wrong reasons. That article that came out in WRAL on Tuesday, I believe, was very insightful, very interesting. There was a lot of takeaways from that. Belichick apparently having preferential treatment towards players that he brought into the team, poor communication, dysfunctional environment, a lot of criticism of the staff that they put together and the lack of experience, and also, the fact that there's several sons of Lombardi and Belichick on the staff.
Work hard.
The banning of the Patriot scouts. They also said that, like, Michael Lombardi, this is from the article, that no one likes him and that he's rude and nasty, which was pretty strong words, I thought. That the travel roster is not allowed to dress for home games, which kind of bucks tradition. And then there was more fallout after the fact. The cornerbacks coach, Armand Hawkins, was suspended because of something that came up in the report involving like sideline passes for family members of teammates. So, I mean, just a huge disaster. And honestly, before the season, I thought this could go two ways. This could be like a competent football team with a relatively easy ACC schedule surprises people, or it could be a disaster. It has been such a disaster.
Like worse than
holy cow.
worse than anyone could have imagined, right? You're reading. Why is that story not getting more attention? Obviously, the details here are fairly vigorously reported, and we're getting a look inside. They were going to do a docuseries on what they thought was going to be a success. Instead, now they refuse to televise the public shaming of a legend unlike any we've ever seen in football before. So they're not going to get to rewrite the story, are they? Like, they've befouled this program, and they thought with their champion Patriot arrogance that him and Lombardi would know better than these other people, and no, they don't.
Here's another quote, Dan, that came from Bruce Feldman and Ralph Russo in The Athletic. This is from a story that came out before the Clemson game this past weekend, I believe. It says, quote, "What I think they miscalculated is the way they were taking players in the portal and paying dudes," said one Group of 5 head coach, granted anonymity, to discuss his encounters with the Tar Heels in the offseason player acquisition cycle. Quote, "It made me wonder, did they actually understand the landscape they were in? Did they understand that they're in the ACC, not like Conference USA or the Sun Belt? Like, we got beat by North Carolina on a bunch of kids. I was like, why the F is North Carolina beating us on kids? When I keep running up against the same P4s over and over again in recruiting, I'm like, all right, they're going to suck." That's a crazy quote from The Athletic.
That story's crazy, but I guess the insides, I mean, people aren't going to be, their season's over. Is the experiment over? Like, are we going to...
I mean, the experiment was over when Charlie Weiss got fired from Notre Dame. Like, that was when we realized, okay, like, NFL coach comes in, thinks he can, like, recruit, which Charlie Weiss, to his credit, actually very good recruiter, but wasn't a good... couldn't run a college football program, clearly. Got paid $1 jillion on his buyout and left. And then we did it again with the same NFL franchise, the Patriots. We just did it with a different Patriots coach.
Check out her weekly Notre Dame podcast, The Echoes, with Mike Golick Jr. Unfortunately, the Fighting Irish are going to be good again, and they're going to...
I mean, we'll see. I did make a grave error this weekend in my off-roading trip with Lucy. You guys all know what Lucy's favorite movie is, right?
Yeah, totally. But for those that don't know,
I don't remember. I should know this. We should know.
Which one was
this.
Lucy?
We should.
She talks about it all the time. Her favorite movie.
Almost Famous, right?
I don't remember.
Oh my God. Okay, it's Shrek. It's Shrek.
Yeah.
And what I failed to mention to Lucy while we were at Notre Dame is that a bunch of Notre Dame people worked on the film Shrek, and there's a bunch of Notre Dame Easter eggs in Shrek, and she would have really enjoyed that, I think. And I forgot to tell her that, and I didn't think about it until this morning somehow. And I just feel like the world's biggest for not remembering that Shrek Notre Dame connection with Lucy.
You had fun. It seemed like you were really, it seemed like you were enjoying, Lucy hadn't been before, right? So she wouldn't actually understand how ridiculous the majesty of that place is when you've bought in on all of the Catholicism.
Yes, whatever that means, she definitely wouldn't understand that. No, we had a great time, Dan. My only complaint, it was like the hottest October football game in South Bend on record, which kind of alarming. It was really, really, really hot. But we had a good time. I don't know. I think Notre Dame's defense is playing a lot better, but I do think NC State's got a fun offense. They play them on Saturday, kind of an awkward look-ahead spot, and then they play USC the following weekend. USC, obviously, statistically the best offense currently in college football in EPA per play. So big test for the defense coming up for the Irish.
I don't even know my own favorite movie.
Yeah, I'm trying
Yes,
to
you
think.
do.
I'm trying to think if I know anybody's favorite
Is this
movie.
supposed to like cover for the fact that you don't know Lucy's
I'm
favorite
embarrassed.
movie?
I don't know.
Right.
No one knows
She just-
Lucy's, but I don't know
She
anybody's.
just quizzed us on friendship, and we all failed.
Yeah, but I really
thought it was almost.
What's
can't
Dan's
answer
favorite?
this. I've never heard her mention Shrek.
Greg's
I don't-
a swing
Oh my
vote,
God!
right?
You've never heard her mention Shrek?
No, you clearly
you
have a
ever
very different
spoken
relationship.
to Lucy?
What an
I don't
odd
know.
favorite movie, Shrek.
Greg.
Odd
Don't go
favorite
there.
movie.
What's yours?
The cartoon.
Who's your October Heisman?
I got 3 people on the watch list currently, Mike. Number 1, Ahmad Hardy, Missouri running
Yeah,
back.
great
he
back.
He leads college football in rushing right now, and he's playing against another nominee, Ty Simpson, who had a great game against Vanderbilt, threw an interception, but he had 340 yards on 74% completion for 2 touchdowns. So they're playing against each other this weekend. That's going to be a big SEC road game for Alabama going to Missouri. Going to have to deal with that run game, but also I think if Alabama can get out to an early lead, I think that's the recipe right there. Like, I think it's going to be hard for Missouri to come back in that case. And then Bear Bachmeier, the BYU quarterback, has also had a sneaky good fall so far, and also had a great game Friday night against West Virginia. 350 yards, 72% completion is 1 touchdown, 1 interception. BYU is like currently in first place in the Big 12. They've only played 2 conference games so far. Texas Tech, also undefeated right now, lead the nation in stop rate on defense, which is huge. There's a lot of crazy
Everything
stuff
okay?
going on. Yeah, Chris, I live in New
BYU
York. You're gonna hear sirens. I don't know what to tell you.
Yes.
You can't
Well,
say
not for
something
long.
every
You're gonna
time.
hear tanks rolling through town.
We record.
In your
but
hands.
anyways, I want to talk about 2 Big Ten games this weekend, Mike. Indiana at Oregon.
Oh, put the kids to bed.
Huge game. I think it's an early kickoff, isn't it? 3:30.
Yeah, well, they should be in bed
I
at
don't
3:30.
actually. It might be at 7:30. And then Michigan at USC, which is the kind of perfect test for Lincoln Riley. People wrote off USC after the Illinois loss. I get it. It was a really ugly loss for USC. But I do think if they can exercise some demons if they're able to beat Michigan this weekend, because this is typically a game that they struggle with, and Michigan's got a good run game. But it's a road game for Michigan, and of course, long travel. We saw how that worked out for Penn State last weekend, so I'm going to keep my eye on those 2 for sure.
What's your favorite movie, Greg? I don't know you. I've been friends with you for years. I don't know what your favorite movie
everybody
is.
knows that.
Is it Absence of Malice?
No,
Because
the Wizard of Oz, baby.
Oh, come on.
everyone knows
Wizard
that.
of Oz.
Everyone knows that.
Yeah.
Like the original?
Yeah, of course, the original.
That's your favorite movie?
Yeah, hell yes. You ever watched it?
Yeah.
Oh my.
That was an historic movie that went from black and white to color in the middle of the movie. Technicolor revealed itself.
Alive
to the world.
Back in My Day. Give him his
That-
Back in My
yeah,
Day
wow.
music.
No,
We're
I
going to get
mean-
Alive Back in My Day.
Seriously. I mean,
It's just-
the Wizard of Oz.
Sure. You guys know my favorite movie?
Judy Garland. I mean,
Rudy?
Shrek,
Yeah,
you told
Shrek,
us.
right?
You just told us.
God, you guys are so, like, you're just bad coworkers. Like,
Thanks,
you're bad
Iowa.
friends. You're
What's
bad
my favorite movie?
coworkers.
What's my favorite movie, Jess?
What, that stupid Point Break one?
No,
With the heist?
no, that's top 3,
Speed?
but it's not number 1. No, that's top 10, but that's not number 1.
Okay, well, I named 2 of your top 10. That's better than you could do for me.
I
or
said
Lucy.
Rudy. That's got to be in your top 10.
Dark Knight Rises?
what is yours, Jess? What is your favorite movie?
The Lord of the Rings, The Two Towers, and also Caddyshack and Lady Bird. I would have taken any of those.
Can't
3.
have a
I
tie.
should've known
Can't
you
have a
were
tie.
It's not
Gotta
a
pick
tie.
one.
I'm saying I would have given you some grace. Anyways, Dan already left, so this segment's over. Bye, guys.
He's the former mayor of Newark from 2006 to 2013. He's now the senior senator from New Jersey, Cory Booker, with us. He's coming from a vote. There was a vote, and he's rushing in from a vote, and his sports teams stink, all of them, up and down. and the Yankees saved like you from like terrible shame today, right? Like you weren't going to come out in public given what your sports teams did this weekend.
I grew up in the golden era to be a Jersey boy, Northern Jersey boy with the Yankees. These were the days of Thurman Munson, Chris Chambliss, with Reggie Jackson, Greg Nettles, and then the Giants. You're talking. I don't know why you didn't announce this in my bio, but you're talking to the 1986 Giants high school football player of the year. So the Giants beat the Denver Broncos. Then so I grew up in the heyday of New York sports, and now I'm in a constant state of depression. And to make matters worse, my Stanford Stanford football team, now in the ACC, which is ridiculous. They too are getting they're having a difficult rebuilding year, let's say.
Oh, say it stronger than that. Now, these are not polite times. Like you
Come
are.
on, man. Come on.
In 1990, you were at the center of upsetting #1 Notre Dame. You were the tight
Yes.
end on that. You were the tight end on that team. You had 4 catches for 40-something yards.
First of all, don't you? How could you slander me like that? The older I get, the better I was. Every 5 years, I add a catch. So you got to you got to stack a few more on there, man. Come on, I'm an old man now. Let me have some glory days.
Well, so answer me this actually in physical terms. Which hurts the body more, those 4 catches in that game or 25-hour filibuster where you feel like you're fighting on behalf of democracy and you're just stalling?
Dear God, the average middle-aged man gets up like 5 times in the middle of the night to go to the bathroom. I didn't go to the bathroom for 25 hours. That was so much harder than anything I did on the Stanford football field. So yeah, it was much more of a test for me, out of shape in my middle-age years.
Billy, why are you making faces? You don't believe the senator?
I mean, Cory, if you're getting up 5 times a night, I feel like you got to see a doctor. That seems like a lot.
Okay, a little exaggeration, but the truth of the matter is, my Oura ring said I walked 2,000 steps, just sort of swaying back and forth. My body was pretty sore. But everybody on this show, and frankly, your listeners know that I may have stood 25 hours on the Senate floor, but a lot of Americans are out there standing for 3 shifts in a row. There are firefighters dropped into blazes that stand for 18, 20 hours facing the infernos of hell. America stands up, and for the fight that I was standing up for that.
Billy, why did you say, here we go?
Why you happy with yourself? Way to speak truth to power.
Well, listen,
I mean, that's how we're going to hold the
listen,
politicians accountable.
guys,
Like you don't go to the bathroom 5
If
times.
we're going to be honest here, you guys are tiptoeing around the senator here. You guys may be afraid to ask him the hard-hitting questions. I mean, he has been in power in one of the more obviously infamous epidemics in our time, and I'm kind of wondering, what are you going to do about the turf at MetLife?
I'm going to sound like the old man that used to play. You know what the turf was like when I was playing? I still remember going up to Oregon State to play them, and it was like they just painted the concrete green. And forget when I was hit. When I was tackled, the hit didn't hurt. Hitting the ground hurt. I mean, your joints were aching afterwards. So I understand this modern turf. When I get out on it, it is far different than what we were playing back in the days that I wanted to take the inventor of AstroTurf and slam him on his AstroTurf. But the reality is our turf seems very unlucky at MetLife. I'm sorry. But now we got Saquon coming back to the turf that took him down, and I'm hoping that Thursday night, we got 2 shots at the Eagles, and I believe in miracles. I'm a prisoner of hope.
Okay, well then help us during these times, because we've softened you up sufficiently with the silly question. Who's the leader of the Democratic Party?
There is no singular leader of the Democratic Party. And frankly, as I said during that 25 hours, I think the Democratic Party has to take a lot of responsibility right now for paving the road to the distraught present we're in right now. Democratic Party has failed, not just in elections, but in communicating to voters. My grandfather, who was a UAW worker, worked on assembly lines during World War II, was born a Republican, as most blacks were at that time. But he switched over to the Democratic Party because he knew that they were fighting for people, from farmers to union workers, for people's health care, to their labor rights. He knew that the Democratic Party may not always agree with them. They were fighting for them. And right now, Americans don't believe either party is fighting for them. To be honest with you, we had 2 presidential candidates in the last election that most Americans voted against. Donald Trump got 49.7%. Kamala Harris got 49.3%. The Democratic Party needs a reboot and needs to put forward a vision, not about what they're against, but we need to start talking about what we're for. We're for workers. We're for families that are struggling to raise their kids right now. And we're for, frankly, an American dream that is under its worst assault, where 60% of Americans just don't believe that they can make it through an economic emergency, hitting $500 to their budget. We need a Democratic Party that can redeem the dream for America and be about Americans. And this place that I'm in right now, from politicians who trade stocks, which is so corrupt in my opinion, to the corporate money that flows down here. That's why I'm one of the few senators that doesn't take corporate PACs. There's a lot of things here that are eroding Americans' trust, and both parties are losing it and need to earn it again.
Most embarrassing New York team this weekend.
This past weekend?
Yes, your
Yankees. I thought you were saying coming up.
Your Yankees.
I'm telling you right now.
Yankees allowed 23 runs. They 20 unanswered in a series. And your Jets exist.
Yeah, I'm not. I respect the Jets, but I'm not a Jet fan. And what happened with the Giants game was the turnovers. Everything was just painful.
Billy, ask him the tough follow-up.
What on earth have the Jets done to earn your respect?
Why do you respect the Jets?
Why would you respect them? Come on, you're not.
You're
not the mayor of Newark anymore. It's fine. Just say exactly what it. Jets suck. The players are soft. Exactly.
You know why I respect the Jets? Because I live in an area with a lot of Jet fans who are not fair weather fans.
That's the
pile on.
Pandering.
They are JETS Jets. I hear it all the time.
I'm going to give you a freaking break.
Listen, there's no hope and change in the JETS Jets. I'll tell you that right now.
You cannot respect the Jets. You're lying to our faces, Senator.
Listen,
you can't be trusted.
Oh, screw you guys. I live in New Jersey. Both of those teams, the Jets and the Giants, are Jersey teams. They're my mishbucha. They're my family. I stand with my people. And you could diss them all you want. Look, I was the mayor of Newark, New Jersey, the most disrespected city. People always talk down to us. We had a chip on our shoulder. We had something to prove. Same way with Jersey. I mean, the freaking New Yorkers take all of our shine. They're trying to. I'll give you an example. The great song that they sang, New York, New York. That was the chairman of the board, Old Blue Eyes. He's a Jersey boy. He was born in Hoboken.
Newark before.
It was, Newark. If you can make it there, you can make it anywhere. And I'm going to tell you right now, Jersey is the place. Our patron saints like Bon Jovi and Bruce, America loves them.
You don't respect them, Senator. You're out here disrespecting me in my face. You're lying to my face as an American power broker, telling me you respect the Jets. You cannot. They're 0-5, 13 missed tackles in the first half. And the team that lost to the Dolphins down here, that's one of the worst football games I've ever seen played by something that's allegedly professional. You're a con artist.
So when your friend has a crappy time, makes mistakes, screws up, you give up on, you lose respect.
The last three coaches are 0-3. It's not my friend. The friends aren't the problem. It's the team, Senator. You're lying to us.
I'm sorry, brother. They bring literally millions of dollars of economic activity to the state of New Jersey. I am not going to disrespect the teams that play in my state, that fight for my state, from the Devils to the Giants. We are that region's, the greater Newark metropolitan area. We are that region's powerhouse. I respect my teams. And you know what I don't respect is the Nets.
The
Nets.
Oh, yeah. But on the record, pro Devils.
The Nets need to come back to Jersey. They snuck in, while I was mayor, they snuck in and stole my team and took it into obscurity over in New York. They need to come back to Jersey and be Jersey's team. They'll do a lot better. They'll perform a lot better being home.
I'm told you have a top 5 list for us. This delights me. Thank you for honoring us by putting together a list during these busy, difficult times.
Well, I want to throw a couple curveballs your way. So my top 5 is the top 5 successful quarterbacks from Stanford University. And the first one,
hold on. But you got to play it right. We've got Andrew Luck. We've got Andrew Luck here with us. But the top 5 has to go from 5th to number 1 so that we get the big payoff at the end.
I'm going to 5th to number 1. So number 5, quarterbacks from Stanford, is a guy that played for Tampa Bay. His name is John Lynch. He came to Stanford as a quarterback. I caught passes from him before he was switched to defensive back to be the superstar he is. And then the next, number 1 draft pick way back in the 1950s when you just were a sparkle in your mama's eye, was a guy named John Brody, extraordinary professional.
49ers.
Number 3, Heisman Trophy, Lombardi Trophy winner. This is one of the greatest of all-time greats, Jim Plunkett. The next
These
one.
These are the 2 big ones right here.
Yeah,
here
the big 2. The number 2 is a person that you might have thought was number one, but number two is John Elway.
Oh my God, blasphemous senator. This blasphemous senator is going to say that you, Andrew Luck, are the greatest Stanford quarterback he's ever seen.
I'm going to tell you why. I'm going to make my case here. I said most successful. Not in the NFL. He was one of the top, easily, unequivocally, unassailably. Andrew Luck was one of the top quarterbacks of all time in his playing days. But what Andrew Luck has just done is he brought Luck back to Stanford. He is the guy. He is the guy that comes back home. He could have done a lot of things, but he came back home to serve the greatest university on the planet. And with him, Stanford's going to get Luck again, and we got winning days ahead of us.
Beautiful list, Senator. And by the way, congratulations on your betrothal. I'm so happy. Make a beautiful, beautiful couple. You are my favorite Stanford tight end. Probably favorite tight end ever outside of Jack Doyle.
Thank you. Well, there were two tight ends that got engaged in that summer season. The other guy, you probably didn't heard about it, Travis, but another tight end who, in his own mind, has similar tight end glory. So I appreciate that.
Beautiful ring, family heirloom.
You know what's? This is probably too much information. My fiance is going to kill me. The ring I got her was a sort of a place saver because I don't know anything about jewelry. So I said, let me get you a beautiful ring that I like as a placeholder. We are right now shopping for the actual permanent engagement ring.
I notice in your reflection, you have quite the library, including one of those ladders that Belle had in Beauty and the Beast. Yeah. Have you ever just tried to do the Belle move and just go from one end to another with your arms extended?
I could neither confirm or deny that.
Can you do that for us now,
Everyone
Senator?
does that when they have the Belle ladder from Beauty and the Beast.
I would love to see that in his Zoom.
It's one of my favorite features in this office is my ladder. So yes, I have done things on that ladder that I do not want to make public.
Hell yeah.
Look at that. Can you give us more seriously your thoughts on the alarms of the day when I say that Trump yesterday is commenting that he's essentially backing a White House memo that some furloughed federal employees aren't entitled to back pay? Like where does that rank on the alarms of the day, and what vote are you coming back from right now?
So two things. One is that's illegal. He signed a bill that basically guaranteed, made it the law that government workers, it's the Government Worker Protection Act, I think is the name of it, is a government workers, my staff is just yelling at me. It's the Government Workers Fair Treatment Act, they're saying. But the reality is it's the law. You have to give back pay. So Donald Trump, I've never seen a guy that literally is telling us he wants to inflict maximum pain in this shutdown, not on Democrats, on American people. He is coming after departments. He's going to try to make as much pain happen to others in hopes that he can make us capitulate. But the pain that we're fighting to prevent is the twin tsunami of the healthcare crisis he's bringing about. Because one, by giving millionaires billions of dollars worth of tax cuts, he gutted Medicaid, so millions are going to lose healthcare there. And then two, as he said in Project 2025, he wants to gut the Affordable Care Act. So he's taking away the premium assistance, and that's going to extend another 10 to 20 million people off their health care. And overall, Americans in general are going to see their premiums skyrocket at a time that they're seeing their grocery prices, energy prices. So that tsunami is coming. It starts in 2006 in a couple months. And Democrats are just saying, do not hurt people like this, because it's not going to just hurt the people who are losing their health care. It's not just going to hurt the millions of Americans who are going to have their premiums go up. About 20 million Americans see them more than double. It's going to hurt all of us because our healthcare institutions, our hospitals and clinics are going to see closures, going to see longer wait times, more crowded emergency rooms. This is the worst tsunami coming towards Americans' healthcare ever. There's never been a point in American history where if we don't do something, this many millions of Americans will lose their healthcare. So I'm sorry. This is where I get really angry, because I just talked to a New Jerseyan yesterday. She's a mom who had a great job making six figures, but she had an autistic child that needed really expensive care. So she left her job, is doing some consulting, making about $30,000 a year to take care of her special needs child. And she told me there's just no way when these premiums skyrocket that she could afford health insurance and still pay rent. Well, repeat that story tens of thousands of more times. Up and down my state, I'm hearing them. And so this is a fight for New Jersey. And here's the crazy thing. Donald Trump controls the White House, the Senate, and the House of Representatives, who right now are on vacation. The Speaker of the House hasn't even brought them back to sit at the table to negotiate. He said himself years ago that it is the president's responsibility to bring parties together to get a budget passed. But he doesn't want to negotiate. He doesn't want to do something in a bipartisan way that addresses people's pain. He right now is just doing nothing but threatening Americans, threatening to cause pain, threatening not to pay government workers who are in our military or who are work in our veterans agencies. This is ridiculous. If there's anything that our leaders should do, screw the politics, just try to help people deal with the pain that they're experiencing in their lives.
That's illegal is a response that we often hear from Democrats, and yet the president keeps pushing on. In fact, very recently, he just called for the arrest of the governor of Illinois and Chicago's mayor. And it's a scary time. Most Americans would acknowledge, if you look at polling, that there is an abuse of power going on here. What guarantees can you give to the American people that the American Republic will stand, that you can push back on some of these illegalities, as people from the White House are talking about plenary power?
Yeah, so this isn't the first time in our history that demagogues and wannabe dictators have risen up. I mean, dear God, go back to the McCarthy era, go back to George Wallace from that high office of the governor's mansion, saying he was going to not obey the law. We are a nation that has seen dark moments and dangerous demagogues rise up. And the thing that has pulled them back every single time is Americans saying enough is enough. I'm not going to allow this to happen. It is a violation of our decency, of our value, of our shared ideals. I'm sorry, what is going on in our country is outrageous and should outrage everyone, making law firms and businesses and TV networks heel to the president's will, making Americans who enjoy due process rights have them stripped away, treating families, American children with one undocumented parent, having that parent dragged out of a school or a courthouse who's done nothing wrong but be here in an undocumented manner. And yeah, the polls are going down. Donald Trump is underwater on his immigration enforcement, underwater on his handling of the economy, because he is craven, cruel, and corrupt. But this is not about him. When things like this are happening, it's a test of us. How much will we tolerate? How much will we endure? The very idea of patriotism is not just love of country. You can't love your country unless you love your fellow countrymen and women. And love means sacrifice. And so, yeah, you may not be losing your health insurance, but your neighbor is. You may not be seeing your parent be dragged away and your American child being put in zip ties like they were doing in Chicago, but that's your neighbor. Every one of our faiths says love your neighbor. Well, how deep is your love? How strong is your love? What are you willing to do? This is a time to stand up and say enough is enough. And in his first term, where he wasn't doing things this extreme, but he was still trying to gut the healthcare of tens of millions of Americans, Washington, D.C. was full of folk who understood it's not just Congress people and senators that have to stand up. I do too. Little kids in wheelchairs with disabilities were rolling up to senators in nonviolent ways, making them look them in the eye and say, why are you doing this to Americans? And thank God, John McCain and other Republicans like Susan Collins and Lisa Murkowski didn't let Donald Trump take away health care from 20 plus million Americans. Well, this crop of Republicans did. They let him attack Medicaid like that. But now, what's the response of us? This is an American test. Will you stand up for your neighbor? Will you stand up for our shared values? Will you stand up as he's arresting his enemies and weaponizing the Justice Department, violating our values? Will you stand? Well, I will stand up, and I'm hoping more and more people will stand with me and fight.
You don't respect the Jets, I don't believe you. Thank you. We appreciate your time. Thank you for the work that you do, sir.
I appreciate you all. Thank you. Hey, can I just say this? I told you that my parents come from the civil rights tradition. Well, sports was the one area that brought this country together. And even folks, and I've talked to Bill Bradley about this, when it forces you. In my Stanford locker room, I had black folk, white folks, I had Republicans and Democrats. But when you sweat together and bleed together, you realize that the lines that divide us are nowhere near as strong as the ties that bind us. We are one team in this country. And the division and the divide, I used to know when we were going to score a touchdown when I was in the offensive huddles. When I heard the defensive huddle attacking each other, putting players down, jumping on each other. When they started fighting amongst themselves, I knew we would score. We need folks that are going to remind us that we're one team. Sports is a venue that everybody listens. more people listen to a podcast like this than a political podcast. And I appreciate you guys.
That's the way it should
creating
be.
a platform where we can talk about our country, and you reminding us that even though some of us respect the Jets, we're still one country.
You don't respect the Jets. You're lying to my people. Thank you. I appreciate your time, Senator.
All right. Thanks, everybody.
Hey, folks, it's Mike Ryan, and it's also football season. That's right. Things just kicked off. I celebrated a big dub with my friends and my trusty Miller Lite right there beside me, because Miller Time is the secret ingredient to football time. Miller Time makes everything a good time. I love Miller Lite. You know why? Because Miller Lite is brewed for flavor with simple ingredients, rich toffee notes, and that iconic golden color. And here's a kicker, folks. In its 50th year of existing, it's just 96 calories and 3.2 carbs per 12 ounces. The original light beer since 1975 and still hidden 5 decades later. Whether you're at the game or at your home on your couch with your friends, put out a nice little cold cooler of Miller Lite and make sure the drinks keep coming, because it is football time and you want that beer that hits different. Miller Lite, great taste, 96 calories. Go to MillerLite.com/stand to find delivery options near you, or you can pick up some Miller Lite pretty much anywhere they sell beer. It's Miller time. Celebrate responsibly. Miller Brewing Company, Milwaukee, Wisconsin. 96 calories and 3.2 carbs per 12 ounces.
Before we get to Juju, let's do the boldest take of the week. It's the Boost Mobile boldest take, and it's presented by Boost Mobile, the newest 5G network in the country.
Anyone who opens a Monday work call with Happy Monday should be immediately fired.
No kid has ever said the word, when I grow up, I want to be Chris Sims.
The biggest fire machine is a combine harvester.
Has anyone noticed that Minnesota Vikings head coach Kevin O'Connell looks like Billy Gill if he had 50% more testosterone?
I think we've graduated past the need for regular stuffed Oreos. I think we're looking at double stuffed Oreos or mega stuff from here on out.
We only need like 5 types of pasta. All of the other stuff is just showing off and doesn't make any difference.
It's Ron McGill, the animal man. He's not a doctor, but he has a plan. His endowment is large, yet he doesn't commit fraud. It's Ron McGill, and now he's on.
One beer is always one beer.
More than any other food, McDonald's will make your first fart taste like your last bite.
Love the show, but I think I hate you guys.
Can someone please ask Ron McGill if insects get stoned when you blow weed smoke at them?
Good question.
Yeah, that one's up there.
I've always thought so. I used to do it to my dog.
The first fart smells like the last bite.
You admitted that.
The first fart smells like the last bite. Tastes like the last bite.
Chris Sims one felt harsh.
Woo! That was mean.
That was a hard truth.
That was cruel. Billy, why did it delight you so much?
Yeah, because he sucks.
305-486-GOTS. 305-486-4689 is the number if you want to do the boost. What are you laughing about, Chris?
No kid has ever said the word, when I grow up, I want to be Chris Sims.
Damn.
Brutal. It's cruel and true, but he and Kyle Shanahan are the ones who got their tattoos of each other in their initials in college, correct?
Yes.
And so
Plenty of people say they want to be Kyle Shanahan when they grow up, no doubt. Not Chris Sims.
But nobody likes Chris Sims.
No one wants to be Chris Sims when they're dream mapping.
Yeah. Okay. What are you laughing about, Greg?
Well, the idea that somebody in America right now is saying, I want to be Chris Sims. It's nothing against Chris Sims.
He's got a great media career.
But why do you pick him, though? I mean, I think you pick the guy who used to be a great quarterback and also has a great media
but I mean,
career.
didn't he almost didn't someone tear out his spleen during one of his 7 starts?
No. He had a spleen injury, but it wasn't torn out physically by someone else.
I guess a doctor tore it out afterwards.
I'd remember that.
I thought somebody did it like one of those cartoon fish that you just see with skeletons. Somebody threw. I don't know. I felt like somebody. How many games did he start? I don't want to disparage Chris Sims here.
It's too late. That guy already did.
Yeah, he's no Phil.
Truth teller. Yeah. What's up, Juju?
What up, y'all? One beer is always one beer as well. Salute.
That's a good take. Got lost there.
Greg Cory has some hygiene issues, and I should say that before this segment started, he was still muttering under his breath, "A white car." Why would she get me a white car? Did she think I was going to need a white suit to get to the disco? Like, he's still complaining about it during the break.
Yeah, I'm going to hear about that later. I'll tell you what. I'm regretting all of this white car stuff, but the truth is the truth, right, Juju? I mean,
yeah, it is.
The white car.
The truth is the truth.
The truth is the truth, but where does Juju land on the Erlene? Erlene should feel disrespected. A gift white Corvette, and he didn't like the color, didn't tell her until 30 years later.
Right.
Right. And that should definitely be your bet with Nick, right? Like 5,000, 5,000. Whoever wins that bet, the other person gets a white Corvette.
There you go. There you go.
That's a better bet, is it not?
I think 5,000.
More expensive.
You know,
Yes.
Yeah, used.
I got to figure out how to do this. I got to figure out how to make the bet sponsored somehow by Corvette. Help me figure that out, would you all? Thank you.
Okay.
I appreciate it. Yeah, everybody just get on that immediately.
Until Sunday.
Everyone, no, but not until I need it sponsored before that so that we can actually monetize this because I want it to be a big bet. It can be a white Corvette bet.
Sure.
But what do you think's going to happen when you get home? Because your argument, you were mad, and I don't think that Juju. This isn't even the topic that Juju would be interested in. I would think that Juju would be very interested in your general lack of hygiene.
Well, on the white car matter, it will be a one-way conversation that begins with her saying the phrase, "I can't believe." That's the way it will begin, and it'll go downhill from there for me.
Juju, do you have a ruling on him coming in without showering?
Neri Sands, friends of the show, says you have to shower after going out the night before. And I agree with Neri, bruh. Like, you done walk through probably like 13 sneezes that you didn't see, a couple coughs, you just walk right through it like cologne. And at least your elbows, you got to at least wash the elbows before you put those same elbows that were on the table in the locker room on your bed sheets. Oh, man.
All right. As Nana Doogie said, you got to eat a peck of dirt before you die. I'm in an air-conditioned building all night. I'm not on the ice playing hockey and sweating. I had taken a shower just before I went to the game. It's still less than 24 hours, and I'll take another shower this evening. Probably. You know?
That kind of thing.
That kind of thing. I mean, I spit the truth. Yes. Not everybody admits that sometimes they go 2 days in a row without showering.
2 full days.
Sometimes.
Where'd this second day come from?
Sometimes. That's why God invented deodorant, my friend.
No, that's not why.
No.
I'm just saying.
I'm on Carfax, and I found a used 1993 Chevy Corvette base in Springfield, Illinois for $3,995.
That is such an inconvenient gift.
That should beat the bet.
That is such a, congratulations.
I love it.
Figure out how to get me and Nick to bet a used white Corvette on Lions Chiefs. Make it the most.
Just got to park that thing in New York.
Yes.
Congratulations.
If you're buying a $3,000 Corvette, it's sitting on cinder blocks.
Let's figure out how to do it. Let's do that. Juju, you're getting back to your live stream tonight. I've missed it. You, Trista, are inviting Roz on, so now the three of you really are going to break this down tonight and cover the WNBA a hell of a lot better than this show has. I talked about a wheel play for 9 minutes today.
Yes, sir. I can't wait, man. We're going live tonight after the WNBA Finals game to give you a quick response and some good just banter. Come in, everybody. If you don't know the WNBA, if you do know the WNBA, everybody's invited, man. Just come in and talk crap. Talk about my nose. Talk about something. The way I talk. Just pull up. Nice car. I would take that Corvette.
I think I would too, right? Like, even if it's not my primary car, I'd take this as my primary car. Why not?
Okay, that's not bad, actually.
How do we get this thing? Because Dan just said, all right, someone make this happen and walked out.
That's got to be more than $3,000.
Well, it has 97,000 miles and it is
matter.
32 years old.
The resale is surprisingly good on those cars.
I'll tell you what.
That's a steal. That's a steal.
The picture right now has a price hang on that says $6,995, so it looks like you get it $3,000 off.
Wow.
Yeah.
But how much does it cost to ship it here, though?
I think that's part of the adventure, right? You just fly over there, you drive it back.
Okay.
Cross country.
Maybe a helicopter?
Probably not.
No.
Maybe.
Juju, for those of us who want to join you on the live stream but haven't been following much of the WNBA playoffs or these finals, what should we be looking for in this game tonight before we join you?
You should be looking for like what do you don't push somebody in the corner. You don't push what they say in the corner, a feral dog,
Baby?
whatever. Maybe so, baby as well. Whatever you don't put in the corner, the Phoenix
child.
Mercury are that tonight.
You got the
the
reference.
Phoenix Mercury.
Juju gets
Right.
the reference. I know him pretty well. I think his favorite movie is Dirty Dancing.
Great segue, because I also wanted to guess you guys' favorite movies. Because I heard the segment and I was like, you know what? He looks like that, So I'm going to start from the top because Greg gave us his first movie that he loves the most, The Wizard of Oz. But I'm willing to guarantee that his second favorite movie ever is The Creature from the Black Lagoon.
I know it. I watched it. No, I do. That was the days of like Godzilla and King Kong and all those kind of things. The original, the black and whites. Damn right.
Hell yeah.
Yep.
We know Dan's favorite movie is Heat, so we don't even need points for that. Chris Cody, you look like an Austin Powers, the spy who shagged me guy.
Do I make you horny, baby? Who throws the shoe? I love that movie.
Nailed it. Billy Gill, my brother. This was kind of hard. I think you enjoy Me, Myself, and Irene the most.
Good flick.
I'll take it.
Good flick.
Yeah. That is my
second
favorite
place.
movie.
Hey, Milky.
Second place was Ace Ventura, Pet Detective, but neither here nor there. Mike, my brother, this was rough because you are a film buff, and I know how much Top Gun 2 changed the trajectory of Earth, but I'm thinking Con Air may have edged it out.
Con Air is a great flick. It's Fight Club.
Oh.
I'm one of those.
Tyler Durden, damn it. And Jeremy, last but not least, come on, man. High School Musical, we know.
Accurate as hell.
I was going to say The Notebook.
Oh, come on. High School Musical and 2 and 3. And let me just say, I got confirmation from Lucy herself. My guest of Almost Famous? Correct. Almost Famous and Shrek. Her two favorite movies. You can't have two.
Okay.
If you got two, you got none.
Yep.
I said, what is your favorite movie and why did I think it's Almost Famous? And she said, it's Almost Famous and Shrek. I feel like she was just being nice to you there. Yeah.
Also, Senator Cory Booker definitely fucks on that ladder, right? Is that what you
He's made it seem like he fucks on the ladder. He definitely fucks on that ladder.
Sure.
I didn't have the guts to ask him, but I'm glad
We said it back here.
Yeah, he definitely
Yeah.
fucked on that ladder. Yeah. Put it on the pole.
No. Thanks, Juju.
Thank you, guys.